Hello, everybody, and welcome here to the Sports Talk Network channel, and welcome here to this specific video. Now, this was supposed to be an interview, one-on-one, kind of like how I had with the winner, Ross Schenberg. This one was supposed to be with the killer, Marti Edwards. Unfortunately, we were unable to procure an interview with her. She's a very busy young woman, going to college, getting things done. So I understand she was not able to do that, but she was kind enough to take time out of her busy schedule, busy day, and craziness to answer questions that I asked her. I asked her a series of questions, 8 questions total, I do believe, and she was kind enough to respond. And this is pretty much me going through what she did say. I did enjoy. Well, I did enjoy the game. I think she definitely played well as the killer and just as a contestant. I do say that my number one adversary, in a positive way, someone that I respected. I even said this in a Q&A, was Michaela. So nice to see that my biggest adversary was seconds away, moments away, whatever away from winning the whole thing. But in the end, coming close is not winning. So, but congratulations to Michaela for making it that far, for sure. But Marti was an interesting player from this season, meaning that we're the adversary just in a different way. She was under the radar, kind of how I tried to be for some parts, but I also was engaging, whether in direct messages with people, in that side of things, or publicly on Twitter, interacting with the cast and with the, as Ross calls it, the Giles account, or I called it the game account. But with that account, so always interacting, always being there, being one of the first ones to like a tweet when it's time to play. Not because I was trying to be cool or anything like they do on YouTube, but I was the first comment, that sort of crap. But more so of ready to go. So, but anyways, let's go through the questions that I did ask her. Like I said, she did answer them, not in audio form, but typing form in sliding in the DMs there on Twitter, and she did respond. So unfortunately, it's not going to be like a regular interview like I had with Ross, which was very enlightening and very fun. And I think, and hopefully he thought this too. We got to know actually of each other that we weren't able to during the game because we were adversaries, right? And on different sides of the teams. So obviously not working together. But here after the fact, finding out, hey, we kind of are more alike than we thought, and our gameplay, at least mine might be moving forward, may actually be more similar. So we'll see if we both are part of the new game that will be starting, I think, in March. Well, no, March or May, one of the 2, one of the M months, March or May. I get them confused, not because of their spellings or anything, but they're both M's. They're close to each other. And sandwiched between March and May is the best months of all. April. You have WrestleMania. You have the end of the NCAA March Madness. Spring is upon us. Spring is here. And also in April, specifically April 25th, me, little old me, Stevie, my birthday is on April 25th. So April was awesome. Like I said, March Madness, WWE WrestleMania. My cousin has a birthday early April as well. Springtime. Looking forward to, in a sense, I guess, summer, but starting with spring there in April. So April is just a perfect month to me, obviously, personally. Anyways, let's get on with this, and let's start off with my first question I did ask her. Question numero uno. Did you know from the start you were selected as the killer? I always try to do that in the Giles voice. Because, man, the actor, he was like perfect to play the Giles role. And yes, I did research and find out he has done other things, Gilbert Jackson. But that TV show ever comes back, And of course, obviously he's still on this earth with us. It'd be awesome to have him. Actually, it'd be awesome if any of our games that we play in the future, whether it's one that's run by Gavin, run by Ross in the future, or next year's one, like this one's in between, ever has either the prize of having him get to talk with him, or him even part of the game at some point in general, interacting with us. Just saying. I mean, for this season was got to interact with the Southern Bells, interview and video chat. Interview with Sasha, video chat with Dana, who, by the way, still has me blocked on Twitter. Hopefully, we're able to resolve that sometime. Just saying, I don't think I meant any harm in anything I say. Anyways, her answer to the first question, if she knew from the start she was the killer, Marti responded, and I quote, I knew from the start I was the killer. I received a message from them before the game even started, asking if I'd like to accept and be in the game as the killer. So that's actually kind of interesting. See, I always wondered, someone assumed that the person would know that they were casted as the killer. It's not like everybody's casted as part of the cast, and then who are we going to have as the killer? It's good knowledge to know of who you have casted as the killer, to then, from Jump Street, from the start, be able to grade people with their case studies along with the guests. Now, one thing I would also like to know, though maybe you never know, or I only know if I'm casted as the killer or run my own game with a team of people, how many points are given with the guest of the killer, along with points given on a bell curve overall. But that's more for the game runners to answer. But that was my first question to the lovely Marti. Well, like I said, you see her profile picture. She does look adorable. Adorable, if I can speak. Adorable, beautiful, whatever. Anyways, moving right along. Did you get to pick who was eliminated each week? Or was that more on the showrunners and the scores to the cast? See, I may have, or I should have worded that a little bit better. But my all-around question really was, were you able to select? Or was it like, the game scored the cast with their case, had the bottom, like a bottom four, or half, like 6 and 6, like when there was 12 or whatever, bottom four, or maybe let's just say on the basis of a bottom four, and then they go to Marti, who was cast as a killer, and ask her, who do you think should be eliminated, or these are the 4 bottom individuals. What are your input? Maybe in the end it was the game runner's decision, but Marti, as casted as the killer, gets to give her opinion on it. See, I should have worded it that way, and I didn't. But that's kind of what I meant with my double question there, double meaning question, that either A, she got to actually pick, or B, the regular scoring, they send her a DM that, hey, these are the bottom 4 and their scores, and who, then she sees who actually was dead last and whatever, and give her input on who she thinks should be the next eliminated. And then they, take that input to heart, they listen, and then they decide. So it's like, which one was it? So I may not have expressed my question the best that I should have. But her answer to what my question actually was is, and I quote, I did not get to pick who was eliminated each week. Cases were sent to game runners each week, who then scored contestants to decide who would be eliminated. So, yeah, I could have worded that a little bit better, but that is what it be. My next question I did send to her was, did you ever worry that you might be found out during the season? See, now, if I was ever guessed as the killer, I would always be worried about that. But in my mind, I would be playing it like I am just a contestant, because you kind of have to, because if you're just winging it or half-assing it, sorry, I had to say it, it's part of the term, half-assing it, because you're the killer and you will never be eliminated until the end where you'll be unmasked as the killer, then people will find out that you're the killer pretty quickly, because if you're in the bottom 3, or as in getting scare cards each week and you're still surviving, something's up with that. So you gotta keep playing the game. You can't just have acid or otherwise. But anyways, but yeah, let's see. This is her answer. See if she was ever worried about being found out, and she said, and I quote, "I was mostly worried about my teammates, that they would find out it was me. It was hard to keep certain things about being the killer a secret when trying to be as open as possible with them to try and win. Whenever someone was suspicious of me, I tried to just play it off." And that was perfect. That was a good way to do it. A good way to play it for sure. She did the role well. I commend her for that. I mean, like I was talking with Ross during our interview, Marty only had 11 total through the whole season guesses to the killer, that she was the killer. So she did a dang good job. I mean, I was just happy that I had one person that guessed me as the killer week 1. One person. And I would like to know if the whole cast is watching this, or those that will be part of my tell-all on Sunday night, 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN. No, here on YouTube. 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern here on YouTube, your Sports Talk Network. So set your calendars already, or set your calendars now. Be ready for that. Subscribe to my channel, ring the bell. So for you, if you are watching live, we'll try to. You'll already be set and know and get that email, that notification, part of my notification squad for that. But I certainly want to find out who that one person was. Not that it matters in the end, right? Overall, but just me and my thinking or OCD part of me that really feels like he has to know, though he really doesn't. Decided to me, like, who was that one person? Now, if I would have guessed, which I'm just going to guess here, since it's me, myself, and I wouldn't have done this if he actually was interviewing Marty on camera. My guess of the one person that guessed me week 1 in the very beginning, let me see, probably be someone that I didn't talk to. I'm gonna go with KB as my one guess. Kennedy. Anyway, but I just wanted to share that. The next question I asked her was, did you ever think to get in the arguments and drama just to make it more of a storm of stuff? Meaning, did you ever think of getting in the middle of things, or stirring it up more, or pointing out this and that and saying, hey, being more in the fray to continue the suspicion that people were already having from that argument or drama, and to then hide yourself even further away to being considered a killer? Like, I don't know, like I don't know if that would be the mentality of the person casted as the killer, that let's stir things up to less suspicion on me, sort of thing. Certainly there, right? But her answer was to this question, and I quote, "My strategy was to stay out of the drama as much as possible. I didn't understand where all the problems were coming from throughout the game, and I supported my team when it was something really necessary, like reaching out to the game runners or something like that. My strategy was that you can't exactly burn bridges with people as a killer, because if your teammates get killed, you're going to need a new plan or a new team, or it'll be obvious how you're getting through each week, or through each week by week." So, all right, smart strategy there. So, interesting in general, and the overall premise of my own thoughts of how to play it as a killer. Sorry, I'm going back and forth from where I asked to her answers, so bear with me a couple of seconds. My next question was, what was the best part, or is the best part of being the killer on the show this season? And she says, and I quote, "The best part of being the killer on the show was staying in the game until the end. I had a great team with Michaela, and I really enjoyed being able to finish it out with her solving what happened each week. It was also entertaining to see everyone try and figure out who it was. I bet I'd be too. Sitting back and just watching. And be like, hey, all right. Like, let's say ever in the future I was the killer and I make it through the whole season with just one person guessing me as the killer. I would assume that it would have grown a little bit if I, kept making it and blah, blah, blah. But making it to the end. But talk about being one of the best killers of any of the games ever, at least from my common knowledge. To make it through a whole season and being casted as a killer and only one person guesses you, yeah, you really flew under the radar. Now, again, we'd see if that actually would be the circumstance if I actually was casted as the killer in one of the next games in the future. But if I was casted as that and did as well as I did in the killer guesses as I did this season for 2018, 2019, that would be glorious in its own right. My next question I did ask her, your thoughts on my gameplay and first impression of me, and did it change as I lasted further in the game? So yeah, what about me there? And she said, and I quote, first impression, I thought you were really nice because you would always reach out even before we started working together. That didn't change, ha ha ha. As for gameplay, I thought you could overthink some of the situations, which we all could do at times. You played a great game. Yes, thank you. And that's what one of my team members, and I brought this up in my interview with Ross, that one of my team members in reply on Snapchat in a Snapchat video, replied to me when I shared my video on Twitter. He replied to me on Snapchat, one of my team members, and he was telling me, you did a good job. I liked your video, blah, blah, blah. But also did say you did overthink things, and that might have been your downfall. So as much as he was being that kind, supportive team member and hopefully long life friend, so do consider him that. Like literally any of these people that I followed, I will not ever be unfollowing. That does include KB. I mean, the other person on the other side, if they don't want to follow me anymore or need to get rid of one person because they're trying to follow someone else and that whole Twitter ratio thing, that's their business. But on my end, I'll be following everybody in this cast forever because being my very first cast, and yes, there will be, hopefully I'll be casted to other seasons and other games being run by other people, and have interactions with them and this and that. But this first one will be one that I feel connected to. Just me, just how I am, I guess. I don't mean it to be dramatic or to be whatever, but this is how I am. I'll always remember this roster. And I'll always remember these people and hope to interact with some of them or all of them or whoever of them that wish to continue interacting, not just on Twitter, but on other social medias and be friends. And that even does include Facebook, right? If you're Facebook friends with someone, that means, you're actual real friends, I guess. In the social media world, I guess that's what it means. But anyways, but in regards to my team member, who I do hope is truly a lifelong friend, he even said, after saying the nice, kind things, he was, being honest with me, as he was even during the season, in certain situations, which don't worry, I won't bring up. But frank with me, being, you kind of did overthink things, and that could have been what led to the downfall. And probably in the end was, like I was explaining in the other interview. But yeah, that was nice of her to say. I think I did play well, and I think I did last longer than I thought I would. For my first gameplay, and I was very happy. Like I felt some pride in myself when Ross talked about how shocked he was and how. He didn't say he was proud. He just said how shocked, and he thought that was pretty cool. That's why I shared that clip and that part of it as my best moment of the interview with Ross, because it was. Not just because it was a positive thing saying about me, but because of what exactly he did say in the positive comment in the regard of what I did share during that interview. So, anyways, moving forward here in regards to Marti the Killer and the questions that I asked her that were going to be part of a one-on-one interview. That's why I had to rename the title of the video. But hey, she's busy. You can't make a person do something. They try to, but it just doesn't happen. So hope college is treating you well, Marti. I remember my college years, going to school here in Wisconsin, University of Wisconsin, Oshkosh. Go Titans. So I get it. Though I was lucky to start college in my early 20s, 22. And so I never had to worry about having roommates in college. I always was living by myself. So that was totally awesome. Totally awesome. For me, at least. Anyways, moving along with the next question. Actually, the last two questions here, somewhat combined. Or no, last question in general. Sorry, I was looking at something else. Most interesting part of being casted as the killer for the game. That being my last question to her. And she said, I quote, the most interesting part of being cast as the killer was knowing more about how the game is run. I'm not trying to say that I knew how everything was done by any means. I was just as in the dark about cases as anyone else. But I knew things about the killer. Like when people were wondering if the killer actually ran the killer account. I didn't. Or if they knew how murders were done. Or how murders were done. It was interesting to play along like anyone else. Me, I always like to figure out, behind the scenes things. I think for progression for a person, just like their, chain of command in a job, you start entry level, you move up to shift manager, then or station manager, or so from general to, how that works, progression of a job. Well, here in progression of playing this game like a job, at least to me, because I hope to keep playing it for continuously here with only a couple month breaks, so I can stay in game mode. Because hey, me playing this game, before I played this game, in regards to Twitter, my personal Twitter handle, because I do manage 5 Twitter handles, but my personal Twitter handle, I barely was tweeting on, or even logging into. But that one random time when I logged into it, I saw that at 2018 Whodunnit's following me. And I'm like, is this actually a TV thing? I'm like, oh my gosh. They may have seen one of my old tweets of how I would like to be casted, and maybe they're slowly trying to search and this and that. Like, I actually thought at first it was a TV thing. Then I saw it was, Twitter version. I'm like, okay, maybe I'm less hyped, but I'm still hyped. It's still a game. See how I do. So then I went from there. But anyways, now I'm almost readily on my personal handle just as much as I am on my podcast Twitter handles. So that certainly is actually kind of cool for myself there in that regard. But learning the ins and outs, or for a person progression, you play the game first. You play as a rookie, then maybe be casted as the killer. You learn the ins and outs, I guess, like Marti did, as she did here as a rookie, along with playing the game, right? But you kind of playing it in a safe way. If that was your first time, for Marti playing as a rookie, if that was her rookie season, then from there, playing it as a contestant again and trying to win. Then, playing a contestant and winning it, then earning a game, and then just maybe continuing on and on however you want to do it, or however you're casted. So that certainly would be interesting for sure. But sorry, just tried to reply to someone. All right, but yeah, I thank Marti for responding and for answering the questions that I did have of her that were going to be part of an interview. I apologize to I really am apologizing to myself because I did think or thought that we were going to do an interview, but I misread what her message actually was from a couple of days ago, that she wouldn't be able to do an interview at all. She would just be able to answer questions. So that was on my end. That was my bad. But I do thank her for answering my questions, and I did want to share her answers to those questions. Be like a one-sided interview, at least on-camera sided interview. But I do thank her for that, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video for what it was. Welcome to like the video, share the video, comment to it, subscribe to the channel. Please subscribe. And I just mean that in general because I think you actually will enjoy something, at least something from the channel. Like, check out all the playlists I have. Maybe there's a TV show that I like that you like, and you're like, oh, I didn't know Steve liked that show. And again, Steve likes a lot of shows that I do. Trust me, I have a list. I have like almost my own schedule in my head, not actually written down, of what I watch each day during the week, during the fall and winter on TV. So, yeah, and my favorite show being Big Bang Theory. But anyways, trying to think of other things I need to say. You're welcome to follow me on Snapchat, on Instagram at StevieK_06, on Twitter at Army_Strong_06. Hopefully a good amount of people will be able to join me for my tell-all on Sunday night. I am really looking forward to that. I always am looking forward to having people on my programs, on my part of my videos. When they called to be, sort of thing, like my podcast or specialized videos like these. But I just like talking to people, and I'm going to enjoy talking with my former castmates, hearing some of their stories, their thoughts about me, their thoughts about each other, the game that they played, all the intel, all the stuff, maybe some secrets that I didn't even know, whether in regards to me or in regards to others. There's one thing I really want to know, and boy, I've been thinking about it since I was eliminated, since that night. Let's just put it this way in wrestling terms, so some will get what I mean here, will get my meaning. But did Vince McMahon screw Bret Hart, or did Bret screw Bret? Now I'll just leave it at that. If you get the reference, if you know what I'm talking about, then you'll know what my burning question is to the panel and to my guests for Sunday night's tell-all, because I come to play, I come to ask some tough questions to them and have some fun, right? Be serious. I can be serious and give you that stern face, but I can also be fun and relaxed and chill, and the guy you'd actually want to hang out in real life, sort of thing as well, because I am a nice guy. I can be serious and I can be funny in the same conversation. But anyways, I do look forward to the tell-all, and I do have that one burning question for everybody to ask in regards to me in that way. So look forward to it. Hope that the people that will be part of my tell-all, that maybe was even watching this, hopefully you did watch this first off, because if you are, then you are watching it. So never mind, scratch that I even said that. But then also that you watched the Ross interview, because I might be bringing up things from the two interviews, or you might have thoughts on those things to share in the tell-all. But I look forward to it. It's not going to be an interview-based thing. It'll be just a general, like they do for the TV shows like Bachelor and Bachelorette, like a tell-all kind of special show episode thing after the finale of the show itself. Usually it's on the same night, but this is different, right? I look forward to it. Hope you are a part of it, whether you're part of it on camera as a castmate of mine, a former castmate from the 2018 season of Whodunnit, or if you're going to be watching live with me. I know I had a couple of team members from #Team Complete. Hopefully they'll be able to watch these videos and share their thoughts. So hope you all have a blessed day. Have a great day. Enjoy the rest of your day. Enjoy the weather in your area, because I know I'm enjoying my weather here. It's a little chilly, but it's fine. I'm looking forward to watching some football this weekend. NFC AFC Championship games. Get things moving. The Milwaukee Bucks doing well. So sports stuff. Sports stuff. Well, anybody can watch sports. Anybody can play sports if they want to. equal opportunity. I do agree in that. But above all else, as always, take care.